There is no shortage of information on the internet about what may cause cancer. Much of that information, particularly when it's about our children, can be terrifying. But what does science have to say about it? It was an epidemiological study carried out in 1979 that first raised doubts on a possible link between magnetic fields and childhood cancer. This study was followed by over 200 large-scale and high-quality epidemiological studies on the subject. The doubts raised by that first study were not confirmed. In this field, the experimental studies done on animals are very important. Scientists can expose animals to very high magnetic field levels under controlled conditions. One of the very first studies of this kind was conducted here in Québec at the Institut Armand-Frappier. It was led by Dr. Rosemonde Mandeville, and the results of the study were published in 1997.
To maximize our chances of seeing any effect of magnetic fields on cancer, we chose females from a breed of rats that are more prone to develop cancer and leukemia. This breed is recommended by the National Institute of Health. We exposed the animals before birth, starting at their 20th day of gestation, and continued for 2 years at different intensities of magnetic fields: 0, 2, 20, 200, and 2,000 microteslas. 2,000 microteslas is about 10,000 times the level found in our homes. At the end of the study, we compared the incidence of cancers and also of benign tumors in these animals and noticed no difference between the control group and the exposed groups. The magnetic fields had no effect on the animal's development, growth, or congenital anomalies. We're not the only ones to have conducted a large-scale study on animals. There are scientists in the United States and Japan who exposed animals, such as rats and mice, both male and female, to magnetic fields, also for 2 years. They didn't find anything either. The magnetic fields didn't have any effect on cancer development, even at very high intensities, like the 5,000 microteslas tested by the Japanese. That's 2.5 times the exposure tested on our animals. You know, magnetic fields are very low, even if you live close to a high-voltage power line like I do. I was living there before, during, and after the study. The magnetic fields in my home were even measured, and so I have proof that they are very low.
Dr. Mandeville's research confirms that magnetic fields have no effect on the health of these laboratory animals, which explains why, even after having studied the effects of magnetic fields on lab rats in depth, this scientist isn't afraid of living next to a high-voltage line. That's reassuring.